Coming up, airlines are forced to cancel flights as a dangerous winter storm pushes east. Plus, look at how the storm is impacting flights here on the Suncoast. And Black Friday is over, but today is Cyber Monday, and it might be the biggest online shopping day in U.S. history. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Ray Collins. We begin today with the powerful winter storm causing problems for millions of Americans trying to get home after Thanksgiving. ABC's Alex Perez is at O'Hare's Airport in Chicago, where hundreds of flights were canceled.
The dangerous winter storm bringing heavy snow pushing east, forcing airlines to cancel over 1,200 flights, delaying more than 5,000 others on the busiest travel day of the year.
Oh man, it's been hectic, bro. Really bad, really terrible.
Stranded passengers are spending the night in packed airports from Chicago to Charlotte.
You're just stuck in here. Everybody's in the same boat. You really cannot do anything about it.
Blizzard conditions are shutting down parts of Interstate 70, the governor of Kansas declaring a state of disaster emergency.
It's bad out here. The visibility is probably less than a couple car lengths in front of us.
Whiteout conditions across the heartland, from Kansas to Missouri and into the Great Lakes, making it nearly impossible to see this tour bus trapped after a spin out, blocking the highway in Iowa, causing a backup for miles. Along I-88 in Illinois, multiple vehicles, including a jackknife semi, sliding off the road, blocking lanes.
And in Kansas, at one point, the situation is so bad, the governor there warning residents not to go out at all. Now, this storm is moving out of the Midwest, but the residual problems will be felt all day. Alex Perez, ABC News, Chicago.
Now, that storm is also causing some local delays and cancellations as well. A United Airlines flight from Sarasota to Chicago is delayed today. So far, no cancellations in Sarasota. However, at Tampa International Airport, almost all flights coming or going to Chicago have been delayed anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Some flights have been canceled there. A total of 27 delays and 7 cancellations. Many of Chicago's roadways and snow are covered at this hour. At St. Pete Clearwater International Airport, airlines have canceled flights coming from Indianapolis and Grand Rapids. Flights headed to Indiana have been canceled as well. To our south in Punta Gorda, flights to and from Flint and Grand Rapids have been canceled. Several inches of snow fell on Michigan overnight. And at Southwest Florida International Airport, flights to and from Chicago, Philadelphia, Newark, Grand Rapids, and Columbus have all been canceled. Dozens of other flights are delayed. Be sure to check your flight status before you head out the door. There is some good news today. This is the final week of the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season. The season began on June 1st and was relatively calm for Florida until Michael made landfall in October as a Category 4 storm in the Panhandle. That storm is blamed for at least 36 deaths and caused massive damage around Mexico Beach. It tore apart homes, snapped trees, and knocked out power as it barreled toward Georgia. The storm resulted in about $3.5 billion in insured losses. So while the hurricane season ends on Friday, the recovery process will take months, if not years. Experts say Hurricane Michael and its aftermath have been especially difficult for children, many too young to understand the storm. Sometimes toddlers refuse to eat. Kids can be irritable or cry. A mother with children uprooted by Michael said it's the worst feeling as a mother to not be able to help or do anything. The director of U.S. Emergencies for Save the Children says these children lost a sense of safety and innocence and are looking to their parents for cues how to cope with the stress caused by the storm. Many first responders and firefighters from the Suncoast helped storm victims around the southeast during the hurricane season. The Sarasota County Fire Department sent a total of 76 personnel to 5 separate deployments in storm-ravaged areas, but that includes Hurricane Florence victims in the Carolinas as well. Meantime, a little transitional day weather-wise here, John.
Yes, indeed. We've got a series of fronts moving through. One of the things that kind of finally put an end to the hurricane season, I'd say. We have an old saying in meteorology that the season starts with the water temperature and it ends with wind shear. And the wind shear is part of those fronts that keep moving through that's going to bring us some really cooler weather for a couple of days. You ready?
How cool?
How cool will it be? It's so cool It's going to be very cool, actually, with temperatures dropping into the 40s
Wow.
in many locations. So, yeah, some chilly weather coming. We're taking a look outside right now at some fog that we had around this morning. Humidity on the increase thanks to the winds shifting southwest, kind of drawing up that moisture from the south. This is the Lakewood Ranch cam, and you can see the kind of fog kind of lingered there for a while up to around 10 o'clock or so, 9, 10 o'clock, and finally burned off. A lot of cloud cover around now, holes in the clouds from time to time, but on balance, it's going to be a mostly cloudy day. Got a lot of thunderstorm activity to the north of us now. This is all dropping to the south slowly, and it will move into our area in the second half of the afternoon and into drive time tonight. Now, you're seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity, but as we mentioned earlier this morning, and I still feel is true, a lot of that thunderstorm activity will decrease as the front sinks southward. And Severe Storms Prediction Center has now actually withdrawn our area from the marginal risk zone of severe weather. So if we see anything at all, it'll probably be just a standard thunderstorm around the region. Quiet right now, probably will be for the next 3 hours or so until we start to maybe factor in a thunderstorm or two around 3 o'clock. The rain chance will be going up through drive time tonight, and the temperature will probably be falling through drive time tonight as that front gets closer to us. 80 degrees our current air temperature with about a 40% chance of afternoon storms. We'll have those details on the forecast in a minute, Ray.
All right, John, talk to you soon. Sarasota County school officials will swear in their new police chief tomorrow. It is the second chief in the agency's first few months of existence. Tim Enos was with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office for 15 years. He's replacing Paul Grohowski, who was reassigned to an administrative role last month after an issue with the department's head of security. So tomorrow's swearing in starts at 10 a.m. in the Performing Arts Center at Riverview High School. The event is open to the public. Now that is tomorrow, but today the big story is online shopping. Americans expected to spend $8 billion today alone. Our Marla Spence has an update on today's Cyber Monday. Marla?
Ray, an estimated 75 million people will be shopping online throughout the day for Cyber Monday. Now, stores started offering deals online as early as midnight to those wanting to score discounts from the comfort of their own home. Now, according to retail experts, the biggest deals today are toys, apparel, and electronics. Some stores offering toys and apparel at discounts of up to 60 to 70% off, and retailers like Walmart and Target have huge markdowns. Target offering 15% off its entire website, while Walmart is offering major discounts on tech products from Apple to game consoles. Now, experts say you should do your homework before you click purchase on those tech and electronic devices.
If you're okay with getting electronics that are maybe of an older generation, check out Cyber Monday and know that that's probably going to be the first items that are discounted.
And experts say certain electronics are made specifically for Black Friday and Cyber Monday and may not have the same warranties and features. So always read the fine print to make sure you're covered. Ray?
Good ideas. Thank you, Marla. Now, if you plan to shop online, here are some safety tips from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Avoid public Wi-Fi. You always want to shop over secure connections. Use your credit card, not debit, as most credit cards have added protections. Shop on well-known secure sites. Be cautious of unsolicited emails, and if it seems too good to be true, you know it probably is. Speaking of Cyber Monday, here's a man now who likes to shop on Tuesday instead. A lot of shopping today, though, right?
I'll tell you, it's just incredible when you look at the numbers. The numbers last year were huge, and we're talking about 18% increases. We're talking about 24% increases. The numbers are absolutely staggering, and it looks like it's going to continue. Consumers are feeling pretty good. The holidays are coming, and believe it or not, the stock market is higher. What do you think of that?
You know, it all follows.
Yes, indeed. Believe it or not, the stock market is higher. We certainly didn't see much of that last week as all the major indices were down by 3% or more, but not the case today. Believe it or not, retailers. Yes, retailer stocks did very well. Technology stocks did very well, and at the high so far today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up by 388 points. Well, we're still up by 312 points, nothing wrong with that. A gain of 1.3%, 24,597.82, that on volume of 497 million shares. The NASDAQ, which of course is heavy with technology stocks, up 113 points, more than 1.6%. at 7,052.17. That on volume of 1,189,000,000 shares. And it's a clean sweep for the up arrows. The Standard & Poor's up 33 points, not quite 1 1/4% at 2,685.70. Well, it's a very big day for General Motors. I'm calling it, I guess, addition by subtraction. GM today said it will be closing 4 plants by the end of 2019. Those plants are in Michigan, Ohio, Maryland, and in Ontario, Canada. They're going to reduce their total employee workforce by 15%, and that includes reductions of 25% in the executive ranks. The total cost to do this will be $3.8 billion, but they believe they will save $6 billion by the end of 2020. And one of the things they're talking about this transition is because of self-driving electric cars. They think that's the future. GM said, the only thing we can do is go with it. So they're closing down some traditional plants and going to open new ones.
Okay, well, some jobs will be saved then, perhaps, new plants.
One would hope.
So you got GM and also Mitsubishi today made news as well. They fired their CEO.
Well, that's been going on for a week, but he's in big trouble.
Yeah, that's all next half hour. Thank you, Richard. Good to see you.
You're welcome.
All right. Still to come with your Suncoast News, health news, how an experimental vaccine could reduce the number of dementia cases by 50%. And a new study looks at how exercise can benefit people with early onset Alzheimer's. Those stories and much more coming up.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Happy Honda Days are here, and you're gonna like the holiday clearance savings. Save on the Accord, on sale for just $249 a month. That's the North American car of the year for less than the competition. Our most impressive Honda ever, on clearance for only $249 a month, loaded with more options, including a turbocharged engine and Honda Sensing. Do not miss these Honda clearance savings this week at your local Honda dealer.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY. Kettle's got it. Kettle's got it.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you.
Kettle's got it.
At Gettle.com.
Nick Bolton here with the latest from Bell & Howell. We call it TAC Visor. TAC Visor can do things no ordinary visor can do. Like block blinding glare without blocking your view, so invisible dangers suddenly become visible, and enhance colors to give you vision as sharp as an eagle's. The secret is Bell & Howell's light filtering technology. Look at that windshield. Tell me what you see. A blank screen? Just a blank screen. Go ahead and put down that TAC Visor and take a look again. Whoa, what the? That's crazy. Best of all, TAC Visor is easy to install in any car.
Act now to get a TAC Visor for just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order today and we'll upgrade you to our 2-in-1 TAC Visor. Just pay a separate fee. When the sun goes down, use the night vision visor to improve visibility and block dangerous glare from oncoming headlights. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-318-6187. Again, that's 1-800-318-6187, or order online at tacvisor.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Pretty warm day, 80 degrees out there. South-southwest wind blowing briskly at 14. That's going to continue throughout the afternoon. I hope boaters were not caught off guard. They maybe watched the morning show. And we told you those winds would be kind of breezy through today. In fact, they'll be going up even more as we head into the afternoon. And we could see some gusts that are kind of sustained at about, reach the 25 knot mark, with perhaps even some sustained at up about 20 a little bit later on today. So breezy indeed, with a dew point value almost summer-like at 74. What does all that mean? It means that we have a front approaching, and that's why the winds have changed direction. That's why our temperatures have climbed. They'll start to fall as we head down through the afternoon, I think, now that the winds are coming in a more southwesterly direction as opposed to a southerly direction, and they'll become even more westerly as we head into the afternoon. As that front approaches, we'll also see a few showers triggered that'll kind of reduce our temperatures as well. We'll get up to about a 40% chance of rainfall by between 3 and 5. And then we'll watch those rain chances kind of diminish as we head into the time frame after 7 p.m. and then kind of fade away as we head into midnight. Right now, everything's very quiet on radar, not seeing anything that suggests rain showers here locally on radar, but just to our north, up around the Big Bend region, you're starting to see these showers and thunderstorms become more numerous and more widespread. In fact, there's a pretty good swath of them right now. The frontal boundary itself is still back to the north just a little bit, and it'll take about 24 hours for that cooler air to filter in, but by this time tomorrow, it'll be here. We'll watch these showers and thunderstorms sink southward, and as they do so, they'll kind of lose a lot of their intensity. They're all part of this low-pressure area kind of wrapping up that's producing some snow showers in parts of Michigan now and spreading its snow showers eventually into the upper regions of upstate regions of Pennsylvania and New York, and maybe catch some lake effect snows as well as we head into the later afternoon right along the coastlines of Ohio and Pennsylvania and New York State. That low-pressure area has the cold front that's dragging through our area, triggering off those showers I just showed you on radar, and that will sink southward through our area during the evening and overnight tonight. Winds will pick up as it does that, even more than they are right now, and they'll shift direction out of the north and draw down some of that drier, cooler air, and our temperatures will feel much, much cooler for about 3 days in a row. And then we'll start to warm up again as we get into the weekend. So today, increasing cloud cover, late day showers, and by that I mean particularly around 4, 5, 6 o'clock through around 7 or 8 o'clock, and then cooler tomorrow. Watch the futurecast. Here's the thing. The showers, which have produced some very rough weather in parts of North Florida today, will kind of decrease in intensity as they sink southward and fall apart just a little bit. By around drive time tonight, they'll be moving through here, and they'll wet the roadways, but maybe we'll see a thunderstorm. Not much more than that, I don't think. And then as they sink south, we'll start to see some holes in the clouds occur by tomorrow morning, and then we'll get into some of that cooler air. As I mentioned, the Severe Thunderstorm Prediction Center has removed us from the marginal risk and put us in only a thunderstorm risk, and even that's pretty small. The severe storm risk is well to our north and not an issue for us. Southwest wind at about 10 to 15, increasing to 20-knot gusts this afternoon. Boaters, that means choppy conditions out there on bay and inland waters. So the forecast today calls for 81 as a daytime high. Then tomorrow, look at there. 67 as a daytime high. Gets colder still on Wednesday with nighttime lows in the 40s. We'll have some upper 30s in inland areas. Don't think you need to cover your plants quite yet, but it will certainly be a couple of cool nights. And then as we head into Thursday, we start to warm, but we're still on the cold side of average. As we head into Friday and Saturday, we'll warm, but another front brings us chances of rain showers over the weekend. Right?
Thank you, John. On to Health Smart now. An experimental vaccine that could hold off Alzheimer's disease is showing some progress now. Researchers at the University of Texas Southern Medical Center say testing in mice showed the vaccine prevents the buildup of substances in the brain associated with the often fatal disease. Researchers hope the vaccine will progress to human trials next. If all goes well, it could reduce the number of dementia diagnoses by up to 50%. We all know that exercise is good for our bodies, and now more say exercise is good for our brains as well. A recent study looks at how exercise may impact people with early onset Alzheimer's. A Cleveland Clinic doctor says the results show exercise has a positive impact for those who have a rare form of the disease.
Ultimately, what they found was that there seemed to be an association between higher physical activity and a delayed onset to the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. Exercise does seem to be good for brain health. Try to get to that 150-minute a week level. No evidence that it really harms you, and a fair amount of evidence now that it's good for brain health. So get out there and exercise.
He says even though the outlook is severe, perhaps they can still have some influence on the onset of the disease. Well, here's your chance for a small medical checkup. One Blood is hosting a blood drive at Venice City Hall on Wednesday from 9 till 2 p.m. All donors will receive a blanket and a wellness checkup, which includes blood pressure, temperature, and cholesterol screening. And now it's time for lunch. Chef Eddie is here from Apollonia Grill. And Chef, what's on the menu today?
Hi, Ray. Today we'll be doing a crispy feta with honey and chili peppers.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Experience true automotive luxury at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Hey there, I'm P. Allen Smith. Join me Saturdays and Sundays on ABC7.
We are now less than 3 hours away from an event that NASA researchers have been waiting for months, if not for years. The InSight lander is expected to land on Mars this afternoon, but the touchdown will be very tricky. The robot must go from 12,000 miles per hour to 0 in 6 minutes flat as it pierces the Martian atmosphere, that's all. Then it has to pop out a parachute, fire its descent engines, and land on 3 legs. After the landing, there's much work to be done as well.
Once the spacecraft lands, that's when a lot of us who have been working what we call the surface mission take over. And so we want to make sure that the spacecraft is healthy on the first few days after landing. So are we getting enough energy from the sun? Did everything survive that big, long journey from Earth? And then we want to start deploying our instruments on Mars.
Now, InSight is the first American robot to visit Mars since the Curiosity rover back in 2012. It's also the first craft dedicated to exploring beneath the planet's surface. And once the spacecraft lands, it'll penetrate several feet into Mars to gauge the planet's internal temperature, and will use its seismometer to listen for possible, not earthquakes, but Mars quakes. I'm not sure if John Scalzi's more excited about the Mars landing or Chef Eddie's crispy feta cheese right now. Guys?
Well, the feta cheese I can have within 3 minutes. So the Mars pictures I'll probably have to wait half an hour once they get the cameras up and going. So this is pretty exciting in here. Chef Eddie, good to see you.
Good to see you too, John.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving, I hope?
Yeah, pretty good. Thank you.
Excellent. And what are you making today? They look delicious. They look like little cannolis. Sort
Actually,
of,
this was reminded to me over the weekend, holiday weekend. At the family, we tend to do the traditional stuff, turkey stuffing.
Sure.
And then we fill up, with the sides and typical Greek Mediterranean in my family. So here's a crispy feta that we had over the week, and I thought it would be great to show to the viewers.
Love it.
So I sliced a big, large slice of feta here.
Oh, it smells great.
The feta that we choose here is very light. It's very mild. You don't want something that's overpowering because you're going to eat a lot of it, so you don't want to kind of be too much.
So there are different kinds of feta cheese out
there.
There
is,
right?
yeah. Some are more aged, some are more creamy, some are more sharp. So I'm going to cut this in like strips or sticks, if I could call them, and then we're going to use phyllo dough.
Okay.
Now, before we roll this with phyllo dough, you want to dredge it in a little bit of flour. You have to do this step because feta has a lot of moisture, and it will damage the phyllo dough in it, and it will be sticky and it will be a mess.
So you're using just regular
regular
flour
all-purpose flour.
Okay.
Yeah. Just if you don't want to use flour, you could just really let the feta outside and drain it really well, and it could work. I haven't tried it, but
so the phyllo dough is that light, fluffy dough that we see in like
that's right.
baklavas and things like that, right?
That's right. So phyllo dough, it's basically dough, and it's rolled to very thin pieces of sheets, and it's very delicate, and you have to work really fast. However, if you don't,
why do you have to work fast?
You have to work fast because it dries. It has moisture, and that dries very quick. The way I was taught to do it is grab a towel and just cover it, and then when you're ready to work, uncover it, and then work with one sheet, and then cover it again if you have to step away.
Okay.
So just to kind of show you really quick, I'm going to fold this in half and then bring it over here. Just pick it up. It's very delicate, and you kind of have to work loosely with it. If you tear it or if you're stiff, then it will break on you. We're going to put the feta there, and then we're going to roll it just about 3/4 of the way, just like that. Easy. And then bring the sides in, just like that, and then roll it all the way. I made this a little too big, but you can adjust the size of the phyllo, 1 sheet, 2 sheets, or 3 sheets, so you can try one.
Okay.
And then in a skillet, we're going to heat up some oil. Again, the oil should be something light. You don't want to be like extra virgin olive oil that's very lemony or grassy. You don't want it to be full power because we're just using it for frying. Vegetable oil would work as well.
Canola oil, vegetable oil,
something
like
works pretty good. And here we go. We're going to put this on the fryer. And you want to cook this on low heat. You don't want to cook it fast because phyllo will cook super fast, and you'll have really brown on the outside and cold in the middle.
Okay.
So that's really what the size should be like.
So I might have missed it. Did you say we need to bring the phyllo to room temperature before we use it?
Yeah, phyllo should always be in room temperature, or no, not room temperature, refrigerated. So it has to be cold. If it's room temperature, then it will stick in your hand. So it has to be cold.
So you get usually, I guess, you get phyllo dough in the freezer section of the
That's right. So you find it in the freezer, and then you have to put it in a refrigerator so that way it can thaw out, and then you can use it.
Okay.
All right, and we'll go to the plating here very quick.
So about a minute left, yeah.
So we have 3 of them working right here. So
those
you want
look
that
tasty.
deep brown. Lots of stuff going on here, John. You got crunchy, crispy, you have salty, the cheese, the creaminess of the cheese. And then we're going to drizzle this with some really nice honey. And cheese and honey go really well together.
Boy, it does, doesn't it?
And then just to add a little bit uniqueness to it, we're going to put some chili peppers.
No kidding. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Some sliced chili pepper. So now you have another element of taste. So some spiciness to it. So you have sweet, spicy, salty. So lots of stuff going on.
What kind of chili peppers are we using here?
Just regular chili peppers.
Okay. Mild, I would assume, right?
They're
not
mild.
a habanero or anything
you can
like
skip
that.
them if you don't want it, but it really works surprisingly well. And then I'm going to drizzle some walnuts on top.
Oh, man, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, this is traditionally a dessert dish, is it, or no?
No, it could be served as an appetizer. It could be served with salad. It could be served just by itself as a little snack or a meze, as you would say. But
while you decorate this up and make it look even prettier than it already is, I want to remind everybody the recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the recipes button, and it will take you right there with all the video instructions from Chef Eddie himself. Oh, my gosh, that looks so good, Eddie. Can't wait to tug in. Can't wait. Thank you very much.
It's a brand given life by craftsmen. with seductive Italian styling. The Alfa Romeo Giulia, Stelvio.
Get yours at Sunset Maserati, Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Cockroaches. Stop the creepy cockroach nightmare and call the doctor. Roach Doctor, the amazing roach bait that kills and rids your home of nasty roaches. Simply place in the cracks and crevices roaches love to inhabit and hide, and turn out the lights. And watch as Roach Doctor's formula lures roaches in like metal to a magnet. After snacking on this bug buffet, it's cockroach doomsday. When roaches return to their hiding place, Roach Doctor's roach-killing formula can wipe them out, helping you solve your roach problems. Watch as we placed Roach Doctor in the middle of this tank. Roaches can't wait to taste the bait, and within hours, most of the roaches are DOA. Call now and get not one, but 2 tubes of Roach Doctor for just $19.99. One applicator can cover several rooms in your home. Call now and you can double the offer and get 2 more tubes of Roach Doctor. Just pay a separate fee. Get Roach Doctor for just $19.99. Call now.
Call 1-800-503-3614. That's 1-800-503-3614. Or visit roachdoctor.com now.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local boys and girls clubs. Great futures start here.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4. Weekdays on ABC 7. You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. The U.S. border station south of San Diego has reopened. This after Border Patrol agents used tear gas to stop hundreds of migrants trying to rush the gates over the weekend. ABC's Lana Zek has the latest.
A tense situation on the U.S.-Mexico border. Migrants from Central America breaking through Mexico's police lines in Tijuana, pushing past Mexican authorities in riot gear to climb over barricades and surge into the no man's land between the U.S. and Mexico. U.S. Customs and Border agents responding with tear gas, temporarily closing the San Ysidro port of entry to all people on both sides of the border. The situation has been threatening to boil over for some time now. Tijuana's mayor has called the hundreds of migrants waiting there a humanitarian crisis. During a protest along the border on Sunday, some tried to appeal to President Trump. This sign reading, "Mr. Trump, help us please." Another saying, "Trump, we hate you not." Their future uncertain as President Trump has tried to change the process for these migrants hoping to seek asylum in the U.S.
We will close entry into the country for a period of time until we can get it under control.
For the entire border?
The whole border. I mean, the whole border.
President Trump taking that threat even further this morning in a tweet, writing Mexico should move the flag-waving migrants, many of whom are stone-cold criminals, back to their countries. Do it by plane, do it by bus, do it any way you want, but they are not coming into the USA. We will close the border permanently if need be.
39 people were arrested, and now the Mexican government says that they will immediately deport all those individuals who tried to violently cross over. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
An update now on the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Republican senators want a briefing on his death. It comes after top GOP members criticized President Trump last week for backing Saudi Arabia after the CIA concluded that the Saudi crown prince ordered the killing. Now, senators say they want to hear more. The chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee says he wants a briefing before deciding if actions should be taken against Saudi Arabia. In Virginia, the murder trial for the man accused of driving his car into a group of counter-protesters goes on trial today. James Fields, accused of killing 32-year-old Heather Heyer during a Unite the Right rally last year in Charlottesville. Police say that Fields drove into a crowd of people demonstrating against the rally. The event drew self-described white nationalists and others who opposed the city of Charlottesville's decision to remove a Confederate statue from a nearby park. Fields has pleaded not guilty to murder and malicious wounding. Actor Alec Baldwin was arraigned this morning on attempted assault and harassment charges. He did not enter a plea. Earlier this month, police arrested him after a dispute over a parking spot in Manhattan. Police say Baldwin punched a man in the jaw over a spot in front of his apartment building. His next court date is in January. Baldwin currently hosts a Sunday talk show on ABC called The Alec Baldwin Show. Now it's time for the John Scalzi Show.
You would have thought that a guy who is, I would imagine, as wealthy as Alec Baldwin is, would have had a parking garage in his apartment.
His temper's been in the news before, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's got temper issues.
Yes.
No doubt about it, he does indeed.
Yeah.
We have across our region today certainly some temperate issues, as our temperatures kind of hover around the 80-degree mark or so, but that's just going to be a thing of the past tomorrow. Our temperatures are going to kind of fall like a rock. Taking a look outside Tower Cam showing Sarasota Bay, a few clouds building from time to time, a glimpse at the sun from time to time. Put them all together with a southwesterly wind that's breezy, and we get the temperatures that we have now, which hover around the 80-degree mark. All in advance of a cold front, which will whip our winds around to the northwest and eventually north during the overnight tonight and draw down some cooler air. The combination of the boundary between cold air and warm air firing thunderstorms across north central Florida today, some of them strong, some of them possibly even severe. There's been a history of severe weather with this particular line of storms sinking southward. I still believe that as that line sinks southward, our chance of severe weather becomes less and less as the line kind of becomes a bit diffuse once it heads into areas of Tampa Bay. We'll look for temperatures, which are, again, well above average and above where we were yesterday even. 81 degrees in Bradenton, 80 degrees Lakewood Ranch, 80 in Sarasota. That runs around 3 degrees or so above where we were just 24 hours ago. In inland areas, even warmer. As we head into the afternoon, we'll start to see those temperatures begin to fall, however, as the winds become more westerly off Gulf waters and eventually even northwesterly once the front passes through. Our chance of rainfall today is not too bad, about 40%, mostly around drive time this evening. We'll have the complete forecast in just a minute, Ray.
Thank you, John. Now to that growing outrage over a fatal police shooting at a mall in Alabama. Officers now admit they shot and killed the wrong suspect after a shooting at the mall. As ABC's Steve Osunsami tells us, the victim's family is furious and they want to see the body cam video.
The grieving family of 21-year-old E.J. Bradford Jr. is demanding answers this morning. He was shot and killed by police during the confusion of a Thanksgiving Day shooting at this mall south of Birmingham.
It hurts me to the core. My son is gone. I can't get him back.
During a family news conference, it was too much for his grandmother, who fainted. Shoppers were dodging bullets Thursday after a fight at the mall turned into a gunfight. When police arrived, they initially believed that Bradford was the shooter. The young man, seen here in uniform, who briefly trained in the Army, was holding a gun.
We've got officers on the scene. There has been shots fired.
Bradford was shot and killed by a responding officer and then blamed for the shooting. 2 people had to be hospitalized. But this morning, police have changed the story, saying that he was not the shooter and that the real suspect is still on the run.
They just went to rushed judgment on national TV and slandered my son's name, got my son looking like he a killer.
In a statement, the Hoover Police Department is explaining, saying that the 21-year-old brandished a gun during the seconds following the gunshots, which instantly heightened the sense of threat to approaching police officers.
A black life taken away. A black man literally gave his life for this country, for them to take it away from it.
His family says he was probably trying to help and that he was legally carrying the gun.
We definitely will get justice for our child. So no other parent should have to go through this.
In the gun debate, there's often the argument over a good guy with the gun, and the family of the victim who was killed at this mall behind me says that's what he was, a good guy with the gun. They believe he is dead because he is black. The officer who shot him remains on administrative leave. Steve Osunsami, ABC News, Hoover, Alabama.
In South Florida, one woman is dead, 6 others injured after police say a distracted driver hit a group of bicyclists yesterday morning. The 33-year-old driver, Nicole Vanderwait, told investigators she was distracted by something in her passenger side. She also said the sun was directly in her face. Davie police say she is cooperating with investigators by allowing them to download potential crash data from her car as well as information off her cell phone.
It only takes that 1 second of distraction for a fatal accident to occur.
Vanderwait has not been charged pending the investigation. The previously conjoined twins from Asia are now out of the hospital in Australia. Dawa and Nima Peldon were joined at the stomach. The 15-month-old girls have been recovering for nearly 3 weeks when about 25 surgeons and nurses spent more than 6 hours separating them. Now, the director of pediatric surgery at the Melbourne Royal Children's Hospital says the twins are making an excellent recovery.
It has been incredibly rewarding to watch how the girls have recovered and just to watch their interaction now, and really the joy of being young and the joy of newness and seeing how the world can be when you're actually separated.
He also says the girls are now starting to move around and also act independently. Did you hear the one about a bear that walked into a police station? That's no joke. Watch this. It happened at the California Highway Patrol Station in Truckee, California. This video shows the bear on its back legs, takes a peek inside, opens the door, eventually goes back out the same way it came in. Unbearable. Sorry. Up next in your Suncoast News, what a new survey reveals about cashback credit cards and their popularity compared to other cards. That's next.
It's year-end clearance time at every Ghetto location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Ghetto.com. And Ghetto Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Ghetto dealership near you. Ghetto's got it. At Ghetto.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do it yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
No need to wait. Get the best Black Friday deals right now during the Black Friday sales event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Like KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we have an 80-degree air temperature. We have a dew point value coming in at 74. The combination of those two factors giving us kind of a warm, sticky afternoon for this time of year anyway. And we're looking at that south-southwest wind, breezy, continuing on out of the, well, probably turning even a little more westerly as we head into the afternoon. And that kind of moderating the temperature. So we may pick up another degree in our air temperature, but that will be about it. We'll start to see our temperatures decline as we head into the afternoon. By 3 p.m., we'll go with 77 degrees, 70 by 7 p.m. And then those temperatures will continue to fall as we head into the evening to about 60 degrees. It's going to be kind of chilly, actually, as we head into tomorrow morning, I think. We'll have a chance at seeing some showers around, probably between around, well, I'll put it in at 3 o'clock at 40%, but really 4, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. Well, that's the best chance for our rain showers during drive time tonight. And then the rain chances will diminish pretty quickly thereafter. Quiet conditions on radar right now. Not seeing anything in the way of any rain showers locally, but boy, you don't have to go far to see them. And some of them are pretty heavy. There have been multiple lightning strikes. Some of these storms, such as this one just to the south of Cape San Blas, producing some fairly heavy rainfall. And we've got some circular rotation markers as well, indicating some pretty powerful updrafts in these storms. I don't think we're going to see quite anything like that as those systems sink southward. The heating of the day starts to fall off. We get the westerly wind flow kind of cooling things off. All in all, it's going to enter into a little bit more stable environment. And yes, we will get the rain showers around, but not a whole lot more than that. The low pressure area that is attached to this cold front continues to drift off to the north and the east, bringing snow showers to the northeast, but the frontal boundary is pulled southward by the motion of that storm as well. So we get the increasing clouds building lower and lower, cloud bases lowering. We get the showers later in the afternoon and evening. And then once the winds whip around to the north, we get some cooler air filtering in, and that cool air will stay with us, filtering southward for several days in a row, chilling us off pretty well. Traveling today through the northeast is going to be a real problem. We'll watch that low pressure area bring snows to the mountainous regions of the northeast, and as it lifts northeast, winds will whip back around off Lake Erie and Ontario and Huron, and it'll produce the lake effect snow belt snows that could be significant. So all in all, we're looking at some accumulations in these areas of violet that could top a foot of snow still. It's going to be confined mostly, though, to areas around the Great Lakes and higher elevations. Coastal regions should remain pretty quiet. So we have this line of storms. It sinks southward with the cold front. As it does that, it tends to kind of fall apart just a little bit. As it does so, the intensity of these storms weakens significantly. And we get some rains around here, but I don't think the total accumulation is going to be all that great. The line sinks southward. Drier air begins to filter in. We wake to a little bit more sunshine tomorrow, and certainly some cooler air as well. I don't think we'll see any of the rain showers around here tomorrow. I think we'll be dry tomorrow. I think we'll be dry for several days in a row. The 7-day forecast shaping up like this: 40% chance of evening showers, 81 the high. Tomorrow, a lot more sunshine, still a little fair weather clouds. We need to get those winds coming in out of the north or northeast before we reduce our cloud cover to sunny skies, like I think we will do on Wednesday. The drier, cooler air will continue coming down, and that will reduce our temperature on Wednesday to probably the coldest day of the week, 63, and the coldest night as well as we head into Thursday morning with a 43 overnight low, some interior sections upper 30s. Then we start to warm Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now the front moves through on the weekend, which brings us that chance of rain. Right?
Thank you, John. Mitsubishi's board of directors called it an agonizing decision to fire its chairman. In the wake of financial misconduct allegations, Carlos Ghosn was also running Nissan, which removed him last week. Ghosn was detained last week in Tokyo after an internal investigation by Nissan revealed he understated his income and misused company assets. He denies any wrongdoing. Ghosn could face up to 10 years in prison. General Motors will close 5 plants in North America and cut 15% of its salaried staff, including a quarter of the company's executives. It's all part of an effort to improve overall business performance, investing more money into technology the company believes will power its future. Its goal is to save $6 billion by the end of the year 2020. GM's new motto is zero crashes, zero emissions, zero congestion, signaling a shift to self-driving and electric vehicles. The first ever International Committee on Disinformation and Fake News will be hearing from Facebook this week, but not from CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Instead, the social network says it will send a vice president of public policy. They said Zuckerberg's not available for this. Facebook has come under scrutiny over data breaches, data gathering, the spread of misinformation, and Russian interference in elections. Well, on this Cyber Monday, we're taking a closer look at those credit cards that say they pay you a percentage for your purchases. As reporter Kim Hutcherson tells us, those cards are growing in popularity.
Who doesn't love cash rewards? When it comes to plastic, cash back is by far America's favorite credit card reward. That's according to a new survey by creditcards.com. It found 57% of surveyed adults have at least one rewards card, and the most popular type is one that offers cash back. In fact, 43% of those surveyed said they have a card that offers a cash reward. Only 13% of surveyed adults have an airline or hotel credit card, and 12% have a general travel credit card. The survey found most cardholders are taking advantage of the opportunity to earn free money. More than half of rewards cardholders have redeemed for cash within the past year, while another 29% swap their points for gift cards, which are just as good as cash. Experts say other rewards like travel or hotel points aren't as flexible as plain cash, which could be used for virtually anything, unlike travel perks. So choose your plastic wisely this holiday season. For Consumer Watch, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, from The Godfather to Shakespeare. Quite a range for actor Al Pacino. Entertainment news is next.
Get more for your money during the Subaru Share the Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Now, lease a new Subaru Impreza for just $145 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Nick Bolton here with the latest from Bell & Howell. We call it TAC Visor. TAC Visor can do things no ordinary visor can do.
Like block blinding glare without blocking your view, so invisible dangers suddenly become visible, and enhance colors to give you vision as sharp as an eagle's. The secret is Bell & Howell's light filtering technology.
Look at that windshield. Tell me what you see.
A blank screen?
Just a blank screen. Go ahead and put down that TAC Visor and take a look again.
Whoa, what the?
That's crazy.
Best of all, TAC Visor is easy to install in any car.
Act now to get a TAC Visor for just $19.99, and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order today and we'll upgrade you to our 2-in-1 TAC Visor. Just pay a separate fee. When the sun goes down, use the night vision visor to improve visibility and block dangerous glare from oncoming headlights. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-318-6187. Again, that's 1-800-318-6187, or order online at tacvisor.com.
Get local news and information from the team you trust. Like ABC7 WWSB on Facebook to stay connected to the Suncoast.
Entertainment news. It appears lifelong Shakespeare fan Al Pacino is finally set to tackle one of the Bard's greatest roles. According to The Guardian, Pacino will star in King Lear. He'll reunite with his director and producer from The Merchant of Venice back in 2004. Filming is planned for next fall in the UK. Renowned Italian film director Bernardo Bertolucci has passed away. Bertolucci was known for films including The Last Emperor. That movie won 9 Academy Awards back in 1988. He also directed Last Tango in Paris. The mayor of Rome tweeted condolences saying, quote, "With his masterpieces, he marked forever the history of cinema worldwide." Bernardo Bertolucci was 77 years old. It's an $84 million #1 holiday debut for Ralph Breaks the Internet. That's the 5-day total since Wednesday and the second best Thanksgiving debut ever since Frozen 5 years ago. Creed 2 scored the best live action 5-day holiday opening, $55 million, for a solid second place finish. But the Robin Hood remake missed the bullseye big time with a 9th placed. The movie The Favorite was quite a favorite in its first weekend in the theaters. The acclaimed period pick starring Olivia Colman, Emma Stone, and Rachel Weisz made an estimated $420,000 on just 4 screens. That's about $105,000 per screen, which is the best opening weekend average of any film this year. Disney's live-action version of The Lion King hits theaters in July, but some fans can't wait, apparently. This teaser video racked up 224 million views worldwide in the first 24 hours. The only trailer ever to do better was Avengers: Infinity War, which drew 238 million views earlier this year. Me, I like the smaller ones, like The Favorite.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But I got to tell you, these new animated cartoon movies are amazing.
I think Avatar began that a few years ago, right?
Yeah, it's gone so much beyond that, though.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Have a great day. See you tomorrow morning. Good Morning Suncoast.